As a child, I had 3 operations. They happened within 10 days of one another. I had all merciful scars all my life in my stomach. My right side was always swollen. It was like a lump was out there. And that's where the hernia came back to haunt me all these years later. I was lifting a toilet as I went down the stairs. I got a pain and I also started to get very sick. The pain was very, very severe. I ended up going into the hospital and they were going to do an operation on me, but it was infected. They shoved it back in and I was sent home. I started to realize that I could do this myself. From then onwards, I used to have to do that maybe 3, 4, or 5 times a day. It caused an awful lot of pain.
He would say, "I've learned to push this in. Can you push it in for me?" I was like, no. It was absolutely horrible.
I was never able to sit down at a table. I would have to try and lie down to try and stop it from going out.
He couldn't work. He couldn't eat. We couldn't go to the theater, to a museum, because he would get sick. We didn't know if it was going to come out. We were not able to enjoy life at all.
I had always been an active person, and it's very, very hard when you're an active person to be looking at somebody else doing what you want to do yourself. It was absolutely terrible.
It was 2 years of hell.
He had a very interesting story. He didn't really get referred to our center first. And his chart passes on my desk, and I asked the residents, "Oh, what about this patient? He has a complex hernia, like it seems like he's been denied surgery multiple times." And they're like, "Oh, maybe we're gonna offer him surgery, maybe we're not sure because it's very complex. Maybe we're gonna do it open." And I'm like, "Guys, come on. We can do this. We have the capability to do this. We have the technique to do it. We have the surgeons to do it. This is a great candidate. We could really make a difference." I literally snatched him, made sure that I talked to him, reviewed the CAT scan, and we offered him a complex abdominal wall reconstruction that nobody else can do in the state.
The first time I was to meet Dr. Giorgi was the day of the operation, and he explained to me the procedure. "We're going in this side," he said, "away from where the scar tissue damage is done." And that was the happiest time I was, because I knew that this was going to be different than I thought it was going to be. I thought the operation was going to go in where the damage was, and from what had been told to me, it wasn't sounding too good.
Multiple surgeons told him that because of the complexity and because of his history, most likely he had to live like that for the rest of his life. But after taking a good look at the CAT scan, looking at the abdominal wall, looking at the anatomy, literally getting a roadmap, it's something that we do all the time.
He was able to explain things with kindness.
He walked into the room and I felt happy, I felt safe, I felt that he was incredibly capable.
He made me feel very, very comfortable. I knew I was in good hands.
Some of the procedures that used to be done open years ago, now we can do them through little keyhole incisions with camera surgery and robotic surgery. I can be so much more precise than what I can do open or even just with normal camera surgery. 10 years ago or so, people used to stay in the hospital for days and days just waiting to get better. He got to go home basically the same day.
The first night was very, very difficult. After the first week, it was still very sore, but I was getting there. I never felt sick again. Being able to eat, being able to sit down in a position that it wasn't going out anymore. I have got my life back. Absolutely my life back. I actually feel better than I did when I was 35 years of age. I can do a day's work the same as the lads that are 25 and 30 years younger than me.
That's amazing. Look at that. Like nothing happened. You'll never tell. I'm very happy with the results because he had a phenomenal quality of life change from before the procedure to after. Not everybody can do these procedures. There's a lot of talk in American Hernia Society about creating a subspecialty for complex abdominal wall reconstruction and hernia surgery. I feel very blessed that here we have the team, we have the surgeons, we have the capabilities to do something that people are starting to learn across the country. He has such an increase in quality of life. It's amazing. It reminds me of why I do this. That's the best part.
From the very moment of walking into Miriam Hospital, everyone that dealt with me, they could not be nicer and more helpful.
Just capable, safe, gentle, kind, and I thank him because I have this man back.
I would like to thank him for what he has done for me. You have given me my life back, and I really appreciate it. If a person believes in miracles, it was a miracle.